Hi, good evening. Welcome to Mystic Moon's Far Out Psychic Tarot Readings. Welcome back to my subscribers, and for those who have never been to a Mystic Moon's reading, hi, nice to have you. Whether you listen now or you listen later, that's immaterial because we're all one, we're all humans. And we all are seeking something tangible and intangible at the same time. Now, we heard a lot about, it's a lot, we hear a lot of apocalyptic type things, like something's going to happen, this, and that. And we have to wonder, it's almost like, is this wishful thinking or is this logical? Logical. Now, how would you say something is logical? Like we're going to ask the universe, the spirits, about July the 4th. Now, July the 4th in the USA is a national holiday, Independence Day. Now, you would say, okay, so why even think about that? Why even go there, right? However, let me lower this in the background. Hold on a second. This midnight hour, 2015 composition by all right, that's good. Now, why even go there, you can ask. But you have to realize what we do in the United States. And right now, we are having a proxy wars in several places. And the number one place in the news is Ukraine, right? I mean, proxy wars when you deliver, ammunition and things like that. Now, Russia's been taking a big hits in their internal country. Cities, malls, apartment buildings, things like that. Now, they're not the type of people, I don't know any Russians personally, but they don't seem to be the type of people who would just turn the other cheek if you slap them in the face. They don't seem that way. Now, something we have to ask ourselves, we have to gather our collective energy because perhaps something is going on July the 4th. Now, we have to expect some sort of retaliatory event for supplying weapons. We're supplying weapons in Taiwan and other places. We'll just leave those other places for now, but you can't expect just lone people acting ridiculous, acting cruelly, when you yourself are doing bait and switch. Now, let's, I guess, not sermonize, and let's just get down to asking, is something going to happen on July the 4th? That day, or the day after, or the day prior? Something in that 72-hour wing. So let's just see. Let's ask, is something in this country going to happen on July the 4th, 2024? So first of all, let's call the spirits. And let's see. All right, let's get serious now. Do you feel something's going to happen soon in the next few weeks, the next 3 weeks? July the 4th is a month away, relatively, 30 days away. Do you think something's going to happen in the United States? Now, let's see. Do we feel that something weird is going to happen? We mean weird, something out of the ordinary, some kind of event that's going to make us what? That's a good question. Something that is going to trigger us. Are we And in the news you listen to this, we're afraid of this, we're afraid of that. Every single sneeze, all these countries are doing it. All the NATO countries are doing it, and I'm sure elsewhere too. So much turmoil. There's so much kinetic energy. There's so much. There's triggers everywhere. There's triggers everywhere, and we should ask ourselves: will the United States experience an event, a weird event, on July the 4th? On July the 4th, now we'll take a few cards and we'll ask. We'll see. Now, this is something, July the 4th, on 1 month from now. Will the United States experience something? Like something that is not pleasant, something that is changing, something that will change. Uh, will the United States just have a typical barbecue and celebrations and fireworks, or will we something that will change that effect? You know, you have a lot of things in motion. A lot of things in motion. All right, one more card and that's it. So let's see if we can get some sort of clue from the spirits as to what could and might be happening on July the 4th, 2025. Now, let's see. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Now, I mean, we just can't expect to. That was the phone. This can be wondering, I'll turn it off. I turned it off. Okay, so now let's ask ourselves, let's get to this reading because this is pretty serious. Do you feel something is up? We know something's up because there's a lot of tingle in the air, and the universe is crying out with all sorts of messages and all sorts of unanswered questions. There's something bigger than just people squabbling among ourselves, too. There's something bigger. And things, it's not little when it's your life. When your life is at hand, it's not a little experience. But let's see. Now, we took a few cards, and let's see. Now, the first thing we get, the Lovers. Well, the Lovers. Could this be an actual affection, or this could be something of wanting something in particular? I mean, Lovers is an affection, a grab towards something. Or could this be when people feel July the 4th, if people feel something that is calm, content, loving, sharing, and all those type of emotions? Could be. So the first thing, let's see, the Lovers. In other words, unprepared for any type of change. Surely nobody would bother us on July the 4th, 2025. And the next card we get is the Knight of Pentacles. Well, the Knight of Pentacles. So far, it's an affirmation of, in other words, plenty of comfort, plenty. Our forces are together. We're feeling strong. We're feeling good about ourselves. Okay, that's the Lovers, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so that feels good. So far, everything's we feel in the comfort zone. We feel good. We feel assured, and we feel that no one will bother us because we're strong. We're the Americans. We're this. We're that. We're invincible. Next card we pull is the King of Pentacles. Again, another affirmation of our alert system, our DCOM 1 is working, and we're like, we're good. We're good. We're good. It doesn't seem like so far we have the Lovers. There's lots of sharing. There's the forces are out. And we have the King of Pentacles, which is like a high alert system. And we're feeling this is, even if it's not really happening, a feeling of confidence and security is penetrated or from the top down. This is our day to celebrate being Americans. Good, good, good. And then the Emperor, we have, well, this could be kind of weird. The Devil. Could this be an illusion? Could this be all a setup? Look at that devil. Look at that. Or could this just be what? Page of Cups. Well, on the face of this, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Lovers, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles. We have a lot of brass, don't we? And we have the Devil. This could just be an illusion, doesn't it? But it doesn't seem that we will have any type of event on that day. Or does it mean maybe on that day, because this is like, will we have any weird event on that day? That day, I would think that it seems at this point that on that day, security systems would be on such high alert because that is a day of celebration for Americans. And I do not feel outside of a transportation event, that anything with a lot of smoke, a transportation event with a lot of smoke, other than something like that, I don't see anything really to stop the nation. But I do see something happening perhaps in transportation. And it doesn't seem to be airborne either. I think that something that could seem to be just like an accident in a specific location would not a reminder, a nudge that things could happen. Life is insecure, living is insecure, and you cannot hope to find, you must always be on your guard, even in times of celebratory. So I would say something on the road, not particularly in the air. I don't exactly see that, but something with a lot of smoke, some sort of transportation thing happening. But other than that, I don't see anything really major. That's what I say. So, I think that for most of us, we can expect a quiet time for most of us at this point. But there is just a discerning smoke somewhere. Smoke. And I don't mean like an exhaust smoke or a barbecue smoke or even when a burning leaves type of smoke. I mean a smoke that is about 20 feet or so high and dispersed, like it's not all thick and it's not thin. Something, I see, something. Okay? So, we can leave that saying. So let's see what's up. We can leave that day, but we can see something around on land, on transportation, some kind of smoky event, something. And we can write it off as perchance an accident. Like that. But other than that, nothing nationwide to, shock and awe type of people. No, I don't see that at this point. All right, let's fold back in. And if you feel anything happening on the July the 4th, please leave a comment. Mystic Moons appreciates comments. And if you appreciate my time and energy to see how our holidays will go, press thumbs up, press the like button. And we shall see what will happen. But we're going to make an effort to try and scope out days coming against the days past and see where we're headed. Lots of things are happening at the same time. And we'll find that in this stream of life, what is time but a series of events? Things that happen in the eternal now. All right, enough of that. And so we will speak again soon. Have a nice time, relaxing under the stars, thinking about things that are happening all over the world, knowing that nothing ever remains the same either. Nothing. Until the next time, Mystic Moons will speak is out. Bye-bye.